Hello guys, welcome back to the Sports Geek channel. First of all, I would like to apologize to everyone because I have not uploaded for the past week, and that was because I was struggling with a bit of health issues as I had a bit of a flu, and thank God it was not COVID, it was just a viral flu. So it was just a bad week for me, and also I had my second dose of COVID vaccine, so also that was a bit of a struggle. And of course now, as you can see, I'm in a new setup. All around, I need a fresh breath of air, honestly, when it comes to the setup, and honestly that was a very big improvement. And as you can see, I actually look kind of better now. The lighting is much better in this room, and I think you as viewers could see the overall experience and how much the atmosphere has changed when it comes to my videos. And today we'll be talking about the Pakistan versus West Indies series. And we will be talking about an England versus India series up till day 3, test match 2, sorry, no, this is test match 3, okay, wow, 3 test matches. So yeah, so this will be a very quick analysis about these 2 test matches. So moving swiftly on, about the Pakistan versus West Indies series. Pakistan, I think, would be the more disappointed team out of the 2 games, because they could have easily won both if they just knew how to take catches. It was as simple as that, honestly, and it's so disappointing as a Pakistan fan, because Pakistan could have won that game so easily if they just caught their catches, and it was simple catches, you know. It wasn't something like, oh, half a chance, or you might not blame the player. It was simple catches, so you know, you could feel the experience as a viewer. But if I was a neutral fan, I would not be ashamed from saying that I was entertained for both test matches, as they were very tight and very close. So overall, the series as a whole for the test matches was great. T20 was a flop, but the test was actually really good, considering the weather and everything. And to talk about both teams, West Indies, from West Indies' point of view, their batting was a bit weak in all of those matches, and I think a couple of batsmen were the only one that really stood out. You could say Craig Brathwaite, Roston Chase, Jermaine Blackwood, Kemar Roach, obviously, after his heroics in the first test match. You know, it was quite frustrating as a viewer of Pakistan and a fan of Pakistan cricket to see Kemar Roach surviving nearly 2 hours, or I think he did longer than that. So it was quite frustrating for me to see that. And then obviously we were talking about the Pakistan point of view. The Pakistan point of view, it was quite disappointing from them in the first test match, as they had recovered of what loss they had in the test match. So it was quite good recovery from them. But then after that, the bowling, the decision making, adding Yasir Shah, not adding Yasir Shah for a couple of overs, even though it was a spinning track. With Yasir Shah, you never know, you might get one to just skin on. So, and that's Shaheen Shafri only bowling 5 overs in the second session. Quite disappointing, to say the least, from the Pakistan team. And then onto the second test, Pakistan off to an awful start to go 2 for 3. Openers failed again. Azhar Ali failed again. We will talk about those 3 in a minute. And then out came Babar and Fawad Alam. I mean, what an innings that these 2 played. And Fawad Alam, once again, has shown that simple fact that he's just class. He's just class as a player, and as, like, I mean, his mentality, and people might question his technique, but I mean, technique is not everything, you know. You got to have the heart. That's the big thing when it comes to cricket, and it's all about, you know, your mentality and how you think about the game and how you play the game. And it doesn't really matter about technique. I mean, Chanderpaul used to have a odd technique, and he used to score runs. I mean, he scores plenty of runs, so it's not necessarily so anyone who bashes him for his technique. Look at the records, 500s. And I think he has 6 in his career, 5 after his international return, 150 in his international career in Test cricket, while all the other milestones have been converted to 100. So it shows his consistency in the way that he plays. And then also talking about Babar Azam, who struggled in the first. I think he did score 50, but he just looked itsy bitsy in the innings. So that was. You know, I've always said that in these conditions, you can never really blame a batsman if he gets out on a good delivery. So, yeah, I don't necessarily blame him. He had a good series. Shaheen Shah Afridi, what an exceptional bowler he is. To say the fact that this man single-handedly won us a second test match is not an underwhelming statement, because he was so exceptional in the way that he bowled. First inning 6 wickets, second inning 4 wickets. Man carried us throughout the entire second match. So, and in the entire series, so he was quite exceptional. He led the bowling attack in wickets. Got 17 wickets in a match, 17 wickets in the series, which is wow, quite exceptional. And for an average of 4 wickets per inning, so that is near milestone. So and then also Mohammad Abbas, who is always consistent with his line and length, so you can't necessarily blame him for the way that he plays. And then also talking about Fahim Ashraf, he was very consistent. Noman Ali as well. I actually was quite shocked that they played Yasir Shah, because considering how many right-handed batsmen West Indies actually do have, you might just necessarily need a bowler like Imad Wasim. Not necessarily that Imad Wasim was a test player, but someone like a left-arm off-spinner or like a Nawaz who just balls that arm delivery. But most surprisingly was that Noman Ali got the ball to turn and bounce, which Yasir Shah just couldn't do. So it goes to show you that Noman Ali right now is really, really a strong candidate to be our bowler. And of course, we all know he's very handy with the bat. And then, of course, we were talking about how Pakistan evolved after the first two series, after the first match, and it was just quite exceptional to see how well they had played. And then talking about the openers, Abid Ali dropped catches, was very disappointing. Imran Butt, he's a good fielder, but I feel like he just needs to work a bit more on his game as a whole. Just needs a bit more practice, more experience. Azhar Ali, I've been on the more supportive side of Azhar Ali, but I think it's high time we drop him and get that youth. Get someone like a Saud Shakil in. And then to talk about the England versus India series up till now, India after a shocking start. And I actually did not read the description of why Virat Kohli chose to bat first. And the way they approached the game just didn't make sense. England had a full game plan in mind. Ball nice and full, outside the off stump, make him drive and get the edges. And it worked for them quite exceptionally. They bowled them out for 78, and then England came out and batted like it was a whole different wicket. It looked like it was a flat wicket out there. Get a 130 run opening stand at the end of day one. So, and then after that, Hasib Hamid, Rory Burns, Joe Root. Joe Root is right now the best test batsman in the world, and there is no denying that fact. It is absolutely exceptional what he's doing, and the strike rate that he's going at, 100 of 122 deliveries, is quite exceptional to say the least. And then Jimmy Anderson at 39, I've said it before, exceptional talent. He's already shown that what of a talent he already is. 500 plus wickets, and he will continue, trust me, he will continue for at least another year if injuries do not plague him, hopefully. And then moving on to India, Bumrah was quite exceptional in the first test match. Second test match struggled. I think Jadeja is a good option, but I don't think he should be that necessarily option for bowling. He could still be used as a batting and fielding player. Maybe come on Ash, Ashwin should be there. To say the least, Ashwin does deserve to be a place in that test squad, because he is a bowler who can change the game with his bowling techniques. Jadeja, on his good day, he can do it, but he's still not half the bowler Ashwin is. So, Ashwin deserves to be in that squad, and, hopefully, and I think this is the end of the video, so hopefully everyone is safe, stay safe. This is a Sports Geek channel, and have a good